Listen, um, I want to reach out and I want to, first of all, give homage to my Lord and Savior for being here because, sometimes you go through things in life and it's challenging. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how it is. I talk about a lot of life stuff. You know what I'm saying? Things that affect people. Whether it's happening to you or not happening to you, you can utilize the information that's given to you and be like, okay, hey, man, I've heard that, or I've, gone through that scenario and things of that nature. But at least somebody, you can say, hey, I can reflect to somebody mentioning something about this, you know. First thing that I want to sit back and want to talk about and review is the fact that I've shared time and time again, whoever's in the White House does not determine or dictate what the things that you have to do, regardless if it's a good situation or if it's a bad situation. You still have to go out here and get what you got to get for you and your family. So let's let that be the first precedence over everything else that's going on. It's making sure that where you reside your head, where you lay your head, where you cook your meals, where you do where you are able to go to sleep and relax, make sure that that's taken care of first. Once you look at that, then you can start looking at outside views and things of that nature. But take care of what you have to take care of first, with yourself and your family. Second of all, we get caught up in a lot of stuff. We got so many different things that are going on right now that's distracting a lot of different things. And, the game is about chess. It's not about checkers. It's about chess. It's about moves that are 5, 7, 10 steps ahead. The things that you see here is not the things that is really and truly going on. It's a hand show. 3-card Molly, however you put it. It's one of those type of situations. You think that the ball is over here. The real ball is right here. So once you get past that scenario and say, okay, hey, all right, what is really the issues? It's a lot of stuff that's going on. We fighting against one another, relationship wise. Projections on a lot of those different categories it's crazy within the next 5 to 10 years. It's crazy. So people can continue to keep doing what they're doing, expecting a different result. What is that? Insanity. If you keep doing the same thing, expecting a different result, that's insanity. Sometimes you have to change what it is that you're doing, how you're going about doing it. And that way you can get a different result. You have to. So, that's what life is about. Life is about that. Life is about understanding, coming to a position in your life where you value and you realize what is important and what is not important. If it's not important, why are you feeding it time? Why are you feeding it energy? Because if you don't feed it, it dies. So, why feed stress? Why feed depression? Why feed anxiety? Why feed all of these different things out here that you have no control over, and whatever's happened has happened. What you got to do, you can't waddle in the mud and you can't say, hey, well, why am I doing this? Why am I going through this? You got to get out there. You got to get out there and find a way to get it done, regardless. And I say that to with all heart behind it. Just because you get hit, there's only going to be 2 reactions. You're either gonna shut it down and fold, or you're gonna show the person who hit you what type of dog you are. It's only one or the other. You know, there are gonna be some battles that you lose. There are gonna be some battles that you win. But it's what you learn through those battles is what you need to identify to and store in your memory bank. You know, oh, this is a familiar place. I need to duck it. I need to duck here. I need to, you know what I'm saying? I need to keep my head on the swivel here. I need to do all of these different type of things because at the end of the day, that's muscle memory. That's things that you've learned. Okay, hey, this is familiar. Oh, I see what they're doing. Last thing you want to be is an old fool. Why? Why? You know, life is too short. Especially when you start getting to a certain age in life. You know what I'm saying? You start to realize what's important, what's not important. And you start to understand the value and the meaning of life. Unfortunately, when you're young, you don't value it and you don't understand that meaning. Because look at the things that are not important to you. Family is not important to you. Partying and hanging out and doing what you want to do is the most important thing at that age bracket. And then when you get older, some can extend, you know, life past their 20s. Great skin, beautiful people, whatever it is that a large portion of people desire, whether it's body type, whatever, they can hold on. Look, you got some that are, you know, they can hold on a couple of years more. And then you got the ones that will say, hey, I think I still got it. And that's men and women. You know, guys who are sitting here walking around with, you know, 40, 50 years old, walking around with skinny jeans on. Whatever you like to do, do it. But I just can't understand a 40, 50-year-old guy with skinny jeans on. No disrespect. None. Please, none. You know, as you get older, you want comfort. Parts of your body starts to hang and drag a little bit lower than others, you know, when you were younger. You know, gravity is on both ends. Gravity is on men and women, you know. So why would I want to coop up some beach balls over stuffing them into some skinny jeans? Make it make sense. But that's just me. It's just my, you know, that's too much sweating and too much sweating and you know, hey, listen, I want to be able to flow, and I want to be able to sit back and say, you know what, I'm good, I'm relaxed, I'm not uptight, my voice ain't high pitched because I'm sitting here struggling, because if I move the wrong way, I might pop a vessel. So, but that's just me. I'm sorry. Let me get back to the subject. Love. Let's talk about love. Love can be a beautiful thing with the right person. Love can be a horrible thing with the wrong. And based on love, we choose who we want to love. We choose who we want to have in our space. We choose who we want to be with. We choose who we want to do anything with. You know, that's our choice. We choose to deal with whatever it is that's going on. Some do, some don't. You know, some are aggressive, some are violent. What you want to try to do is find your match. If you're a violent person, understand 9 times out of 10, whoever you meet is going to be violent. Because if at some point they're not going to be able to sit here and continue to do that back and forth. Whether it's the man or the woman who starts to hitting on one another, at the end of the day, you don't put your hand on people. Please don't. Please don't. Don't put a person in that type of space to the point where they have to protect themselves, so they got to do whatever it is to protect themselves. Don't do that. If you can't control your anger, go off somewhere. Go somewhere. Leave. And understand that if a person is trying to leave and give them that space, let them go and do that space. Don't try to hold them back. Don't try to hold on to them. Don't try to keep them there because you think that you just got to make your point across. No, baby. Let that man go. If he got that in him, let him go. Y'all can always reconvene. Y'all can after energy's done died down, then you can come back. It's not about winning an argument. It's not about proving your point. It's about understanding what a person's mind space is at that time. Come on. And guys, I believe in this concept. I have 3 daughters. I have 1 son and 3 daughters. Okay, and I love them dearly with everything that I have. Anybody that knows me knows that my kids are my kids. And that's what it's about. I had to, explain. Listen. My daughters, I try to stay very neutral, because I understand the simple fact that they are beautiful young ladies, and they're going to have attention. They're going to get attention. They're going to have situations that come across. But the thing about it is that, and I say this to anybody, don't do nothing to my daughters that you don't want me to do to your mother. Simple and plain. If you don't want me to do anything towards a loved one of yours, why would you do that to a loved one of mine? I don't know what else to say about that. So if you understand that concept, keep your hands off people. Keep your hands off ladies. Keep your hands off your women. Because it's not worth it. If someone pushes you to the point where you feel like you got to get violent with someone who you lay down with every night, you need to reevaluate who you chose to be with, man or woman. Whoever you chose to be with, if you got to feel like you need to put hands on somebody because they don't understand, they don't do this, they don't do that, reevaluate yourself and the type of person that you chose. Let's be real. That's enough on that. Listen, everybody knows me, knows that I am a avid Georgia boy. Everything is Georgia. Everything is Georgia. It's Georgia Bulldogs, Georgia Tech, Georgia Mineral Society, Georgia Mass Crier. It's Georgia. And Falcons, Braves, Savannah State, Little Macon State, whatever, anything Georgia. That's my first love. And we got to stop playing around these Falcons, man. I mean, come on, Falcons. I need you guys to go out there and work hard to bring one to the city. You know what I'm saying? Because I think the city needs that. I think, we can sit around and joke around and play around and talk around and do all this kind of stuff. But just understand the simple concept that with the growth of the city, because I'm a numbers guy. Growth of the city. They said that I think we've increased over the past year 330 some thousand K additions to the great state. Understand with the growth and projections and end of the day numbers, Atlanta has the capability of becoming probably the largest fan base. Around, because of the growth of the city. So the people that are going to come, you're going to have some that follow their hometown or whatever the situation may be. But let's look at the numbers. If you got 200,000 or 300,000 people that's coming into your city every year, some of those are going to be Falcons fans. Some of those are going to be Hawks fans. Some of those are going to be United fans. Some of those are going to be Braves fans. Merchandising, marketing, branding Come on. Y'all know, y'all do the numbers. Y'all know the numbers. Great opportunity in a city that's continuously growing. In a city that is continuously getting events, continuously having, anywhere between 8 to 10 months worth of really decent weather. Come on. You know, everybody has came through here, drove through here, plane through here, or got a substance or got some material that's come to our ports. We got train, plane, automobile, railway, all in one state. So, and the city is constantly growing. It's constantly growing. So from a sports fanatic side of it, you do the numbers. You do the numbers. You do the numbers. And we go from there. That's my sports part of it. Okay. The last subject that we're going to sit here and we're going to go on is going to be, let's go on health. Mental health, physical health, things of that nature. We're going to go with that. When it comes down to health, go get yourself checked out. Go get yourself checked out. There's a lot of things that we can think, remedies are going to do, but at least get yourself checked out. Get your heart checked out. Get your blood work checked out. I was down and out for about 4 or 5 days. So I had to go into, hospital for that amount of time over something that I'm going to eventually have to make sure I take care of. You know what I'm saying? And so the journey with me in that is that recognizing I got to keep my health focused. That's one of my main focuses. And that's going to be for me. I got to get the gym. I got to eat right. I have to make sure that I don't eat, BS stuff. Stay away from the sodas. Watch my sugar levels and things of that nature. And I have to make sure that I'm in those type of spaces where I can do that. Challenges in life, changes in life will affect you because going through situations, whether it's financially, marital, anything, all those things, you got to go through that. If it comes across for you, you're gonna have to be ready for it. You're gonna have to be able to understand it. And what you want to do is you want to quickly assess yourself back into a good space where you can say, hey, I can move forward. I can be productive. And you find out a lot of things about a lot of different situations around that time. Because that's your moments of being with yourself, identifying with yourself, or identifying what it is what's your focus, what it is that you're trying to do, what is it trying to obtain, and when you get to that stage of your life, whether you feel that everything is a perfect situation or if it's not a perfect situation, you need to be evaluating that part of your life constantly. Whether it's daily, weekly, hourly, whatever, monthly, yearly, however, you need to evaluate your life. You need to see where you are, and if you can lie to yourself, nobody else out there has a chance. You got to be truthful to yourself. You got to be truthful to yourself to the point where if I can't ask and answer the questions to myself, if I can ghostlight myself, the game's over. Game's done. Game's done. So reevaluate, please. Reevaluate. Get your health. Get your blood work done. See where you are. Check on your levels. Make sure your man is working. Hit the gym. I used to be in the mid threes. I ain't gonna sit there and tell you, I was a big guy. I lost 41 pounds in over a period of 6 to 8 months. And my goal is to by mid-year get even closer to that. My goal. So, hey, it's hard work. I try to hit the gym at least 2 or 3 times a week. I do workouts. I go in. I'm not trying to get all cameraed up and dolled up. I go in. I do my work, and it shows. I mean, shows in my clothes. Blood work came back all clean, all good, and that's what matters. Somebody said something to me a long time ago, and it's the quality of life. As you get older, the most important thing is the quality of life, quality of friends, quality of travel, quality of rest. Everything is heightened. When you're younger, that stuff doesn't matter to you because you don't value it. The closer you get, the more you value it, and the more you have to understand this is what it is. So, on that note, take care of yourself. Enjoy. Falcons, listen, do what y'all need to do. Braves, Hawks, all of y'all. Listen, let's get it done. Let's do it. The industry, we're going to have to look at some of these things that are going on. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that's happening, a lot of stuff that's moving around, a lot of stuff that politically, you can't get caught up in that rat race. Because one hand is never going to let the other hand know, realistically. They'll tell you the information that they want you to know, but they're never going to give you the whole game plan. So a lot of that is going to have to go out there and get that information yourself, or be around certain situations where that information is shared. And I hope you understand exactly what I mean by that. But besides that, smoke well, my friends. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy these days.